need our encouragement and support no matter which side they're on. Tonight's Eastern Maine Girls Class B final basketball game finds the visiting Eagles from Ellsworth High School. They'll be facing the Shiretowners from Houlton High School. Team members for the visiting Eagles, coached by Steve Joy, beginning with a freshman, number 10, Marcy Billings. Also a freshman, number 14, Marcy Damp. Number 22 is a sophomore, Lisa Billings. A freshman, 32, Nicole Shattuck. Number 34 is a junior, Candy Connolly. 42 is a sophomore, Jessica Naylor. A junior, number 44, Sarah Presley. 50 is a sophomore, Lisa Palmer. A junior, 52, Amy Anderson. And 54 is a junior, Candace Poors. Now for your home team, the Houlton Shiretowners, coached by John Donato. Beginning with a freshman, number 11, Stephanie McCarthy. 12 is a freshman, Tara Kelly. 14 is a freshman, Kylie Gray. 42 is a sophomore, Spring Shea. Number 20 is a sophomore, Jennifer O'Leary. Sophomore 32, Tina McAfee. Number 30 is a sophomore, Tori Dow. And junior number 22, Jennifer Upton. And now for your starters, beginning with the Eagles, a sophomore at center, number 30, Shannon Hamilton. For your Shiretowners, a junior forward, number 25, Andrea Spencer. For the Eagles, a junior guard, number 24, Kathy Davis. And for the Shiretowners, a guard, she's a junior, number 21, Erica McCarthy. For the Eagles, at guard is junior number 20, Jill Emerson. And for your Shiretowners, a senior guard, number 33, Jessica Sullivan. The Ellsworth Eagles, a junior forward, number 12, Wendy Turner. For the Shiretowners at center, she's a senior, number 43, Liz Nelson. Then for the Eagles, a senior forward, number 40, Amy Sisson. And for the Shiretowners, also a senior forward, number 31, Jill Donato.
Friday evening, Ellsworth came into the tournament number 4. They are the defending Eastern Maine champs and brought some players back from that team. Houlton, through the years, has established a pretty incredible tradition. They came in this year number 3, so it's number 3 against number 4. The 1 and 2 teams were knocked out by these teams, and we should have a real interesting matchup here this evening.
Yes, Keith, we would have liked to have had a chance to talk to Coach John Donato, but as you can see, time ran out before those announcements. Great program at Houlton. It seems like they're here almost every year. It's 13 or 14 years in a row now that they've been in this tournament.
Houlton controlling the ball as we get underway. This is Erica McCarthy. To Donato, looking into Liz Nelson. Jump shot by Nelson is up and off. And taken down by the Eagles. Wendy Turner double teamed, or trapped. Gets it back to Davis losing the ball.
The key for Ellsworth is going to be to try to control the inside game of Houlton. They need to shut down Nelson and Spencer. Spencer's had some very key baskets for Houlton, as the other team does try to key a lot on Nelson. Spencer's been there with a lot of offensive boards.
3 for McCarthy to light up the board first, as the Shiretowners get up 3-0. 7:18 left in period number 1. Emerson coming up for the Ellsworth Eagles, number 20. Now this is Sisson, back to Emerson, Jill Emerson. Gets it over to Davis. Looking in towards Sisson, guarded by Nelson, and Sisson moves back and forth through the lane looking for the pass, and Davis can't get it through. Gathers it up and starts to go back inside into Sisson from the lane. Left-handed jump shot, gets the roll. And it's a 3-2 game. So the Shires come right back. Eric to McCarthy coming into full court. Guarded by Davis. Goes to the left side and bounces it in the corner to Donato. She'll take the jumper from the side of the lane, in and out. And the rebound tied up. Arrow pointing to the Ellsworth basket.
Today's officials Mike Webb and Tom Meller.
3-2, ball game just underway. Eastern Maine Class B final. The boys final following this one between John Babson and Rock. Nelson closely guarding Emerson. The ball goes out of bounds off from Houlton. And Jill Emerson will play it in for the Eagles to Kathy Davis. Back to Emerson. 6:12 remaining in the first period. 3-2 game. Davis looks long. Gives it to Turner, now back, and a foul being called on Houlton.
They were trying to get the ball inside the zone that time to Amy Sisson, and Liz Nelson will pick up her first foul.
First foul in the ball game.
Nelson coming around trying to get position in front, trying to front Sisson, and we saw what happened right there. Now Hamilton in the lane with a nice left-handed lay-in.
Nice move across the lane by Hamilton to pop it in. And it's Ellsworth 4, Houlton 3. Erica McCarthy spinning and looking for someone into Nelson. Starts to go down inside, can't get through, gives it back to Sullivan. Inside spin around jump shot by Spencer. And a 3-second violation on the Shire Towners. Coach Donato on the sideline.
Look here for a little trap at midcourt.
Emerson to Turner. Trying to get across the midcourt stripe. Sisson comes up to help him break the press. Amy Sisson looks long to Davis. To Turner now. Guarded by Donato. Cross court too far. It's thrown away by Davis. And Houlton takes over.
Tried to go over the top to Shannon Hamilton that time. Just a little too much on the pass. Hamilton has drawn the tough duty of guarding Liz Nelson, as we see that matchup right here.
Nelson takes the long jump from the side of the foul lane that misses. Hamilton comes away with a rebound. Nelson hasn't been able to penetrate yet with Sisson and Hamilton in there. Davis to Turner. Good defense put up by the Shires. Davis, long shot, missing everything, and Houlton comes back with it. Spencer gives it to McCarthy. 4:51 in the first period. This is Spencer underneath. Jump shot by Donato, rolls in.
She got the roll that time. Nice quick entry pass down low.
Two good, fundamentally sound basketball teams going at it out there for the Eastern Maine D final.
Spencer
B
steps
final.
up.
Spencer to McCarthy, and a foul.
That foul's going to be on Emerson. Be her first.
So McCarthy will be going on the line for 2 shots.
Spencer keyed that with the quick outlet to McCarthy, and with the blocking foul is Jill Emerson.
1 team foul apiece with 4:31 remaining in the first period. 5'6" junior pokes it through.
Amy Anderson now coming in and replacing Kathy Davis.
Amy Anderson is a junior at 5'6". Number 52 for Ellsworth. Kathy's second shot is good. And it's a 3-point lead now for the Shire Towners.
2-on-1.
Sisson.
Nice pass.
Up and off by Turner. Batted out of bounds by Houlton. Knocked out by Donato. So Emerson will play it in along the end line. For the Eagles in maroon and gray. Amy Sisson can't get through. This is Anderson back to Sisson. And Hamilton fakes. Can't get a shot away. Turner puts it up from the lane.
All alone that time in the lane.
Rebound by Donato. Guarded by Turner. Turns around, hands it back to McCarthy. And they'll set it up. Shires up by 3 with 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Nelson goes to the side of the lane, can't get through. Donato's jump shot misses, and Turner has the ball.
Ellsworth doing a good job right now of only giving Ellsworth the 1 shot. That's going to be key for them. They've got to keep Nelson and Spencer off the boards along with Donato.
Okay, this is Turner. Shannon Hamilton puts it up and off. Rebound, Liz Nelson of Houlton. Nelson at 5'11" is the tallest ball player on the court. 3:25. Andrea Spencer, the team up by 3. Donato's jump shot is good. So Donato is already playing a key role here.
Well, that's the thing, you know, when you concentrate on the inside game of Houlton, you can't forget about their outside shooters.
Nelson had 34 big points in the quarterfinal and 20 in the semifinal. So they're looking to contain her a bit if they can. And Donato steps up, and here's one by Anderson, Amy Anderson, and it's a 9-7 ball game. Holding ahead by 2. 2:50. McCarthy to Spencer. Nelson can't get through, gives it away to Donato, takes another jump shot, puts it in.
Really doing the job right now. As we said, it was tough getting the ball into Nelson, and Donato says, that's fine, it's a team effort. I'll step up and do my job.
Okay, Sisson coming down, driving all the way in, putting it up left-handed, and it goes in.
Nice hesitation move by Amy Sisson that time, right at the top of the key. Looked as if she was pulling up. The defense relaxed a little bit, and she went right by him.
McCarthy right back for the Shires to Spencer. See what Nelson does with it this time. Looking down inside, back out to Donato. This time she's guarded closely by Turner. Sullivan has it. And now Erica McCarthy takes the long shot. Rebound Sisson. Then Sullivan trying to steal the ball, finally knocks it loose. It's tied up, and Houlton gets the ball back. They lead it by 2, 11-9. 1:54 remaining in the first period. Coming in, number 42, Jessica Naylor. And now she becomes the tallest ball player on the court at 6 feet. A 6-foot tall sophomore.
And with the ball out front right now is Jennifer O'Leary for Houlton.
Nelson has it now, puts up the jumper. It's good. She goes straight up and fires it in.
There's good technique. Squares up
Squares
well.
up.
Nice jump shot.
Again, she had 20 points in the semifinal, 34 in the quarterfinal. Sisson. Long jumper. Rebound Spencer to McCarthy. Jennifer O'Leary, number 20, takes it going by and puts it up. Rebound Spencer, up and off. Rebound this time to Jill Emerson of Ellsworth. 1:05 left in period number 1. Eastern Maine Championship game, Ellsworth and Houlton. Jill Emerson will try it on the left side. Inside Naylor. Back for the pop by Turner. Emerson with the rebound, puts it up and off. Rebound this time to Spencer of Houlton. Turns and fires it to O'Leary. 35 seconds in the first period. Jennifer O'Leary guarded by Turner. Bounce pass to McCarthy. Spencer back to McCarthy. 25 seconds. Emerson going for the steal. Now Donato with a jump shot, missing. Nelson puts it right back up, missing. Nelson the rebound, up, and she doesn't often miss 2 in a row like that. But she's on the line.
She did her job there. A great second effort in the offensive rebounding department, and you can't give her too many tries at the basket. Something's going to happen, either a foul or she's going to make 2 on you. Right here is Nelson fighting for the ball. She goes up, misses the first one, gets her own board, and great second effort, as we said.
Keeps the ball. Kept the ball really high, didn't bring it down, just went right straight back up.
Jill Emerson picked up her second foul there, so she's going to go out with just 17 seconds left in this first quarter. Shannon Hamilton coming back in. They don't want Jill Emerson picking up number 3.
14-9. Shire Towners by 5. 17 seconds. Double teaming Davis. Gets it over to Naylor. Stopping and popping from the side of the lane.
Nice strong
Missing
board
is
by
Billings.
Nelson. I don't think she knows how much time's on the clock.
I don't think she even got the shot off, but anyway, it's 14-9. We'll be back in a moment. And you are watching the Eastern Maine B final between defending Eastern Maine champion Ellsworth and the Houlton Shire Towners. Right now 14-9 as we begin the second period. Ellsworth will play the ball in. Ellsworth in maroon and gray. Houlton the home team. White with the black trim, the higher seed.
Keith Nelson was held to 3 points in that first period. So the defense working on her, but what Ellsworth wasn't counting on, or was hoping at least would not happen, was the shooting of Jill Donato and McCarthy. It was a good follow that time. I believe Davis came up with that one.
And her team is behind by 3. Houlton 14, Ellsworth 11. Nelson. Second period just underway. McCarthy and Andrea Spencer fakes again, and now passes back to McCarthy. Trying to get, they're really bottling Nelson up well in there. Now Nelson faking, giving it to Donato, who's open for the shot, but can't connect.
They're trying to deny that entry pass to Nelson. They don't want her to receive the ball in her spot. They want her to be able to come out and get it.
They are doing a very effective job of denying her that pass.
Well, they're trying to put a little bit of pressure on the guards out front, make it difficult to get the ball in.
Spencer.
Houlton showing good patience right here.
This is Jennifer O'Leary, guarded by Davis. Dribbling around up front. And
5 seconds, closely guarded.
Second violation.
Good defense by Davis that time. Sisson coming back in the game, and I believe Naylor going out. Also coming back in is Jessica Sullivan.
So a very effective Ellsworth defense that time, keeping the ball away from Liz Nelson and forcing the 5-second violation. Here is Sisson, and Spencer with a rebound to Sullivan. Houlton with a 3-point lead. Erica McCarthy to Jill Donato. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy backs away and gives it to Spencer in the corner. In underneath this time to Nelson, who puts it up and rolls around and drops in. The shooter's touch makes it 16-11. Boy, it's awfully tough to contain Liz Nelson. She moves around so well, so mobile.
What's very effective about her is not just the inside game. We saw her in that semifinal match hit several 15-footers.
Erica McCarthy back for Houlton, leading by 5. Sullivan, Nelson again, going up and in. Wow.
That's what they can't. That's what Ellsworth can't allow to happen. They can't allow that entry pass in so that Nelson gets the ball on the block, because she'll just kill you in there with that turnaround jumper.
Looks like she's made up her mind not to be denied in there. Sisson spins and puts it up left-handed, off, and Donato with a rebound. McCarthy with it, guarded by Anderson. Now Nelson and Sullivan. Spencer puts it in off the glass from the side of the foul line.
Still counts.
Kind of an unusual shot. I don't think she intended to use the glass.
But she'll take it.
She'll take it. 20-11 now, 9-point lead for Houlton. They're beginning to solve the defense there. Now
Able
a
to
foul
draw
being called again on Nelson.
They're going to try to work the ball into Sisson, see if they can't get Nelson in a little bit of foul trouble. Sisson split the defenders that time.
So
Turner coming back into the game. There's the entry pass into Sisson. One dribble, pivots, splits the defense, and Nelson catches her with the hip.
So Liz Nelson has 2 fouls. And we have 4:48 left to go in the first half. Sisson on for a pair. 2 team fouls on each club. And it's 20-13, a 7-point lead now for the Shires. McCarthy to Sullivan. Inside, Liz Nelson's jump shot is off the glass.
It's the identical shot that we just saw, Keith. She was able to receive the ball right on the block, squares around, uses the glass. That's her shot. You can't give that to her.
Nelson is having much more success in the second period than she did in the first.
Donato getting ready to come back in. It's Sisson drawing the foul. That foul going against Sullivan. Her first. Team's third, and Nelson is going out of the game right now.
Davis with it, and to Wendy Turner. Amy Anderson, 52, back in the ball game. Davis. Turner looking for Sisson. Amy Anderson is open for the 3-point attempt. Turner puts it up and in.
Ellsworth's going to try to take advantage with Nelson on the bench right now. They're going to see if they can't step things up in the rebounding department, as we saw Turner with the offensive board.
She connected right from where Nelson would normally be. Erica McCarthy. Inside, Donato puts it up and misses. Spencer goes right back up with it.
And there's the other rebounding force for Houlton. Spencer, she seemed to pick things up the other day when Nelson was out. Tori Dow picking up the foul there as Ellsworth races down the sideline.
Dow attempting to slow down the fast break, commits the foul. The first on Dow, and Dow goes to the bench.
Jill Emerson back in.
Spring Shea in the lineup for Houlton, number 42, 5'6" sophomore. Emerson, Davis with it, into Shannon Hamilton, and the jump shot is blocked. McCarthy has it.
Spencer coming up with the block that time on Hamilton.
Pop is up and good that time.
By Spring Shea.
Spring Shea, who just came into the game, the 5'6" sophomore. And Ellsworth wants timeout. They trail by 11. So Houlton doing pretty well with Nelson on the bench right at this point.
Yes, they've again. Nelson isn't everything. She's a very strong rebounder for them, but Spencer does her job on the boards as well. Donato rebounds, and they're right in this. It's been a great team effort by Houlton thus far with the outside shooting and the inside game. A big difference we have seen in the second period. It's been much easier for Nelson to get that ball in down low. She's been receiving the ball right on the block, and that's her shot. So Ellsworth is going to have to do something to try to defend that. Now with Nelson out right now, it's going to be key for Ellsworth to really start doing a job on the boards and see if they can't pick things back up that way.
Through the years, Houlton has had a lot of depth. They have a lot of balance, and they've also have a lot of depth. They just seem to keep coming out with players that really contribute.
Well, they have a good summer program. They play a lot of basketball, and success breeds success.
Number of championships through the years, trying for another one here tonight. They have a lead. Ball knocked out by Houlton. Ellsworth to play it in. And both teams have outstanding basketball traditions, though. Hamilton in the lane, up, and a foul.
That foul, I believe, is going to go on Spencer. We'll check.
So
Mike Webb going over to call that one.
First on Spencer, and Hamilton will be on for a pair.
Hamilton going up, and it's a combination of the hip and arm that got her that time.
Spencer trying to block the shot. 3:02 remaining in the first half. Ellsworth trying to keep it close. Ball knocked out by Houlton. I believe it went off the knee of O'Leary.
Went right through her hands that time. She never even saw it coming.
Jill Emerson will play it in. for the Eagles. Ball lost away from Turner. McCarthy rips it away. O'Leary to McCarthy, guarded by Turner. Coming down court, back to O'Leary. Dribbles around out front, back to McCarthy. 2:40. Houlton with an 11-point lead.
Ellsworth is everywhere
McCarthy
right now.
on the floor, and we've got a tie-up, but Houlton will maintain control. Spring Shea will play it in for the Shires. Now it's thrown away. Sisson picks it up, and Shea commits the foul.
Coach Donato trying to instruct his team. He needs some players to come up and help out.
Ellsworth will be in the bonus situation on the next foul by Houlton. The Shires have 16 fouls. Ellsworth still only 2. But Houlton has an 11-point lead with 2:25 left in the first half. Jill Emerson racing down. Bounce pass to Davis. Takes the shot just inside the three-point line. Missing, and Spencer tries to save it in. She does. And see who finally gets it. Emerson for the Turner. Sisson fakes, goes in the lane, and travels.
Lost her footing that time. So Ellsworth turned up the defense a little bit here. Davis going out, Anderson back in.
Spring Shea plays it into O'Leary. She gives it to McCarthy. Bad pass. Sisson picks it up. Steps up and gives it back to Turner.
Well, that's Anderson with it, but Sisson with the board. And Hamilton with a board.
Shot, it's blocked.
Hamilton had that board, but Donato took it away, and Turner ended up fouling.
Third team foul on Ellsworth. And Shea will play it in. Andrea Spencer, back to Shea. With a bad pass, Sisson gets it, but loses the ball out of bounds.
It's 2 times in a row. Houlton's had a difficult time getting the ball up, and Coach Donato making the move now to put Nelson back in the game. You'll see her come up through the middle of that press, and they'll try to get the ball to her.
Nelson coming back in the lineup along with Sullivan. Shea and O'Leary going to the bench. 1:35 remaining in the first half. Anderson double teamed, gets loose, gives it to Sisson, goes to the top of the circle, gives it to Anderson. Wendy Turner can't get through. Anderson, Turner turns, and she's open. In and out.
Boy, a lot of balls in and out for Ellsworth tonight, and there's Nelson doing a job again on the boards.
Sullivan coming down with 1:10 on the clock. McCarthy, top of the circle. Sullivan on the right. McCarthy goes to the left. Donato open for a moment. And now McCarthy takes the long bomb off the glass. Sisson comes back.
Ellsworth's willing to give Houlton those shots, banking that they won't make them. Early in the game, they were making them with Donato hitting a couple.
Rebound scrambled for.
The strategy for Ellsworth, they're hoping that Houlton will be tired and miss some of those shots. And play getting a little ragged, but there's Spencer putting the ball right back up and in.
30 seconds remaining in the first half. 28-15. Sisson underneath, spins and puts it up and in. Back to an 11-point lead now for Houlton with 20 seconds remaining. McCarthy coming down top of the circle. Over to Sullivan. Big pass here to set it up. Donato from the corner. Nice shot from the corner by Joe Donato, who's really come through in this first half for Houlton.
Again, we said Ellsworth's allowing that shot, but they're not going to be able to allow that as Sisson turns and pops. They won't be able to allow that shot with the way that Houlton is hitting right now. So Donato really picking up the slack both in the first period and now late here in that first half.
So 30-17 at halftime as number 3 leads number 4 Ellsworth in this Eastern Maine Class B final. Houlton raced out to a 14-9 lead at the end of the first period, and they now lead at 30-17 at halftime. Nelson was unable to break free. They contained her pretty well in the first period, but the second period was a different story.
As we take a look now at the Ellsworth coaches, seeing if maybe they need to rethink their strategy a little bit. They knew that it was Liz, Nelson, and Spencer. They were going to have to shut down on the inside, and as I said, they were going to try to allow that outside shot, but Houlton is coming up big right now with their outside shooters, and that may change the game plan a little bit for Ellsworth.
It was sort of a summit of the Ellsworth brain trust. They're staying on the court, discussing things before they go in the locker room with the team. Now the officials have to stay
waiting.
out.
They have to stay out as long as the coaches are out.
Some young Ellsworth fans being carried around by the Eagle, and on the court are the Houltonshire Town of fans, and we'll be back in a moment.
Looking at percentages now, Ellsworth shot 25% from the floor. Houlton was 48%. There's a big difference right there. Pretty even in the shots, number of shots taken, but Houlton having much better luck putting the ball in the hole. Identical from the free throw line, 75%, 3 for 4 for each team, and fairly even in the turnovers. So from those stats right there, we see it was the field goal percentage that really got Ellsworth in the hole here in the first half.
I don't know what Liz Nelson hits for a shooting percentage on average.
I would say
tournament, it's got to be around 50%. It seems.
Especially when she's able to get the ball in what we call her spot. Right down low, she's very tough. As we said, she can also shoot the 15-footer, but she looks pretty automatic whenever she gets the ball on the block.
And tonight, when Nelson was contained early in the ball game, it was Jill Donato who stepped up, has 9 points at halftime, and we'll be back in a moment. As these teams return to their huddles, get ready for the second half, what are your thoughts on the strategy to be employed by each club?
Well, early on, as we said, Ellsworth said they were going to give Houlton those outside shots, and I think they were hoping that by pressuring the guards and really making them work, that they'd be able to tire them down a little bit. I don't think they planned on Houlton being quite as tough outside as they have been at this point. So it'll be interesting to see if they stick with that strategy of allowing the shot, and if fatigue does become a factor for Houlton.
Yeah, the key for Houlton, of course, again, is the fact they've been getting good contributions from the bench and from players on the floor who have stepped up to contribute. People like Jill Donato with 9 points in the first half.
Yes, they've really turned up their game to make it both an inside and outside game, and Ellsworth knows Houlton's capable of doing that. They were just hoping that maybe they'd have an off night shooting from the guard spot.
Shires with the ball now as we begin the second half. A long shot by McCarthy, missing. Rebound taken down by Emerson of Ellsworth.
Also look for them to push the tempo here, try to run this a little bit bigger Houlton team.
Ball knocked loose, and let's see, knocked out by Houlton, and Emerson will play it in for the Ellsworth Eagles. Third period just underway. Eastern Maine Class B state champion. Eastern Maine Class B championship. Wendy Turner. Turner steps in. Cross court down low. Hamilton along the baseline, puts it up left-handed, gets dropped. High off the glass.
That was very high off the glass. There almost wasn't any glass left on that one, but she'll take it.
McCarthy and Sullivan. Nelson has room to go right to the basket, put it up and in.
Notice she makes that very strong move to the basket. And I know we've said this before, but fundamentally she's very strong.
It's strong and quick to the basket. Now it's knocked out of bounds by Donato.
Well, she gathers herself, she's under control, squares up, and one of the things I like best, she uses the glass.
Here's Turner. Sisson open at the foul line. Nice soft touch, left-handed shooter. Nelson with it, coming down to help break the press. Sullivan underneath. Spencer Spencer's shot is up and off. Hamilton with the rebound. Fights loose and gives it back to Davis. 32-21 and 11-point lead for the Shire Connors. Davis with it. To Wendy Turner. Davis, and now a long shot by Emerson is good. 3 points.
Emerson has a nice jump shot. We haven't heard much from her offensively so far tonight, but she's capable of putting the ball in the hole. And it's going to be important for Ellsworth if they want to get back into this. They're going to have to rely on somebody other than Amy Sisson for scoring.
Sullivan back the other way, up and off. Rebound Spencer, up and off, up and in. So Houlton getting a lot of balance.
Now some pressure by Houlton.
Turner with it. Emerson. 5:35. Looking inside, long. She'll take the long.
Hey, she'll take it again.
Again. That's the way to get back in a hurry. Wow. Nice shooting. McCarthy comes across the midcourt stripe. Double teamed. And it's stolen away by Davis. She goes down and puts it up and in.
Nice job by Davis that time, gathering herself before she put the ball up. And Houlton wants a quick timeout as there's 8 unanswered points for the Ellsworth Eagles. They've cut this to a 5-point game now with 5:09 to go in the third period. We said Ellsworth was going to have to come up with some other people other than Sisson to score, and Emerson and Davis have answered the call.
We had a halftime score of 32-17. Houlton had a 13-point lead, and now that has melted to 5 as Ellsworth has been running up and down the court, stealing the ball. We've had 2 3-point shots.
They're on a 12-4 run right now, and they've really started picking things up. They have some other outside shooters. As we said, Emerson's a good shooter. Also, Hamilton can score down low, so they're trying to make this into a game right now.
So Coach Donato of Houlton wanted to call timeout to settle him down a bit. 5:09 left in the third period. Donato coming in to McCarthy, back to Donato. Sullivan, they get it up into forecourt, 2-on-1. Up and off by Spencer, but she draws the foul.
We'll see who that goes on. I think it may be going on Davis. And it is. It's going to be her first foul. Team's first foul of the second half.
So we're 3 minutes into the third period, only 1 foul being committed.
Sullivan did a nice job that time getting the ball to Spencer. Spencer cans the first one.
Extends the lead to 6. Second shot by Spencer. Good. And it's a 7-point lead for the Shires. Davis back with it for Ellsworth. Loops it over to Emerson. Emerson goes by 1. Defender takes that 3-point shot again. Gathers in the rebound. Good follow-up. Davis.
She thought about it.
They're not going to give Emerson as much room over there now.
Sisson working hard to get open on the inside. Turner's capable of scoring some points as well. There's Hamilton with the ball.
They want to get Emerson open again.
They're going to move the ball a little bit quicker now against this zone.
Davis and Turner looking in to Emerson. And Turner steps in, can't get through.
Quick passes against this zone, Keith, will cause them to shift, and that's when they're going to find openings in the seams.
Going around the perimeter here with their passes. Now Sisson moves in, puts the jump shot up.
Nice follow through, gives her the shooter's touch on that. 5-point game still.
36-31. Racing the other way is Sullivan.
I believe we got a player. I think we might have player control on that. Mike Webb right there on the call. Sisson held her ground. Drew the player control foul on Sullivan. Take a look at it right there. Sisson sets up, and she draws the foul from Sullivan. Sullivan's second, team's first.
This is Turner with it, coming into forecourt, double teamed, and stolen by Nelson, or the pass goes to Nelson. McCarthy leading the pack, puts it up and gets fouled by Turner.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. It's tough to stop your dribble after you just come over the mid-court line because they're trapping right there, and that half-court line serves as another defender because you can't go backwards or you'll have a backcourt violation. So you try not to pick your dribble up there.
Erica McCarthy on for 2 shots. Coach John Donato of the Houlton Shire Towners. Nelson with the rebound, going high, losing the ball, and tying it up with her is Emerson. But Houlton keeps it, the arrow pointing to the Houlton basket. And Donato will take it out of bounds. McCarthy with it, Donato out front.
That's the type of ball movement we're talking about right there that Houlton's doing right now. See how much they're making the defense move.
Stolen momentarily by Turner, gathered back in by McCarthy. O'Leary guarded closely by Davis. This is Nelson. Inside, intended for Spencer, but tied up.
Sisson trying to dribble that time as she batted the ball away. That situation, if you can, just pick it up, gain control, and then go with it. Coming in now, number 22 for Ellsworth. That's Lisa Billings checking in and giving Wendy Turner a break.
And Davis with the ball, guarded by O'Leary. Almost stolen back, Sisson. And there's a 3-point attempt again by Emerson. Jennifer O'Leary, the sophomore guard, good ball handler, bringing the ball up, number 20. McCarthy. Donato going inside, putting up the jump shot off the rim. And Hamilton has the rebound.
She did a nice rebounding job for them in that semifinal game. And nice backdoor cut that time by Emerson.
Rebound to Nelson, and she signed up for foul, I guess, by Sisson.
Yeah, foul on Sisson.
So 3 team fouls on the Eagles. The first foul in the game on Sisson.
Coming in is Naylor. We see Nelson fighting for that rebound. Sisson reaches in, tries to get the ball, and gets her on the arm. Naylor coming in, giving Hamilton a break.
Nelson, when she had the ball, kept her hands moving and kept the ball moving, made it difficult to tie her up. And
Well,
Sisson committed the foul.
She makes herself really big in there. She pivots well, as we see right there.
Drew the foul again. So quick and so strong that it's hard to tie her up.
Look how much space she takes up here. With that big, strong pivot to the inside, and Naylor picks up the foul.
First one by Nelson. Makes it 38-31. Look at the Houlton Shiretown crowd. Now it's again a 7-point lead for the Shiretowners with 2:14 left in the third period. Kathy Davis to Sisson. Side starts to go in and foul her. Unusual occurrence for Amy Sisson.
Like she may have dragged her pivot foot there.
Erica McCarthy giving it over to Jennifer O'Leary. A very impressive ball handler. O'Leary, 5'4", is only a sophomore, but does a good job off the bench. She has it right now. Now she's double teamed and fouled.
Jill Emerson going to be called for the bump on that. The Ellsworth guards really coming out and trying to pressure the Houlton guards. Davis plays some good defense, moves her feet well. Emerson as well on the other side. And Emerson picks up her 3rd foul, and we may be seeing a substitution. Looks like Turner may come in for her.
Sullivan to McCarthy. Nelson.
Sisson picking up the foul on the reach. It's that quick inside pass by Nelson that time. Sisson tried to pick it off, but got caught behind the defender.
Houlton will be in the bonus on the next Ellsworth foul, and that the Shiretowners in return have only committed 1 team foul, so that may be a big factor down the stretch. Donato looking in to Sullivan. Back to Donato in the corner for the long shot. The rebound is right up. See who gets it. Houlton maintains possession. And Donato will put it in underneath the Shiretowners basket. With 1:35 remaining in the third period. Sullivan with it. Hugh McCarthy. In the corner, Donato, a jump shot.
Again, Donato hitting that outside shot, taking the pressure off the inside game of Houlton.
Lead extended to 10 points. Davis to Sisson, clear path to the basket. Rebound, Sisson. Steps in the lane, puts it back up. And rebound this time underneath is knocked away as Naylor tries to shoot it, knocked out of bounds.
Shot blocked by Liz Nelson. O'Leary getting ready to come back in.
Ellsworth getting 3 rebounds that time.
Well, they realize they really have to do the job on the board. Somebody's going to, and to answer that call comes Shannon Nelson, and she replaces Sisson right now.
Sisson with 2 fouls getting a break with 1:12 left in the third period. Davis looking for somebody. Comes in intended for Naylor. Lost out of bounds, knocked out by Houlton. Davis. In the corner it goes. Wendy Turner back to Davis. 1:07.
Oh, we have a bat in the auditorium.
Crowd's going nuts here as a bat flies above the crowd. Davis with the ball. Shannon Hamilton. Let's see if it comes down and buzzes the players here. Davis, people are...
The kids haven't noticed it yet.
I don't think so. There's a shot there by Lisa Billings. 41-33 with 35 seconds.
Big play by Turner right there, finds Billings.
Nice move there by Billings. And Ellsworth closes it to a 6-point ball game, 41-35.
Just when it looks like Ellsworth's starting to slip away, they come back with it.
That's right. 3-point attempt here by O'Leary. Davis back with it. The bat still flying over the fans.
They need to get a shot off.
Sounds like it's the end of the ball game coming up, and there's a bat flying around. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, we are back at the Bangor Auditorium for the final 8 minutes of this Class B championship game. An outstanding contest between the Houlton Shiretowners and the Ellsworth Eagles, 41-35, as Ellsworth fights to get back in here after being down 30-17 in halftime. Ellsworth has really battled back. Just as you say, when you think they may be getting down too far to catch up, they climb right back in. And right in the thick of it now, Hamilton goes up and in.
Nice move by Hamilton. Took her time, squared up, went up strong.
Again, the Eagles are the defending Eastern Maine champions, bringing a lot of players back from last year. Houlton is always tough. This is Liz Nelson, Sullivan, and Erica McCarthy. Back to Sullivan. Final period. Class B championship. High off the rim. The rebound knocked out of bounds. Touched out by Ellsworth.
Good hustle by Sisson. We'll see who else that was down there with her. Spring Shea. Great effort on the boards by both of them.
Sisson and Shea go thrashing to the floor. Shea going out now. Spencer back in. Nelson in, a foul. Sisson fouling.
That's going to be, I think, 3 on Amy Sisson.
Now Houlton will be Houlton in the bonus situation for the rest of the game, which is a big plus for the Shiretowners with that lead. It's only a 4-point lead, but being able to go to the line every time a foul is committed is pretty important this late in the game. Houlton in turn has only committed 1 personal foul, 1 team foul.
Keith, remembering that Ellsworth's strategy in this game, as they get a turnover there with Davis, their strategy in the game was hoping to be able to wear down Houlton and stay close, so that in the third period they're gambling that they might be able to go a little bit stronger and have the legs for the outside shooting more so than Houlton. But Houlton has done the job so far. We'll see if they can keep it up.
McCarthy, Nelson, foul line, jump shot. Rebound, Spencer, up and in.
Spencer comes through. She did that several times in the semifinal, picking up the slack on the offensive boards.
Davis back for Ellsworth. Emerson. Turner in the corner, playing fast with it. Turner trying to get somebody open here. I think Emerson might like to pop another 3 or 2 with a couple of threes.
A 3 or 2? 2 or 3 threes.
4 threes or 3 threes or whatever.
Well, they'll take a 2 if they can get it from here from Hamilton. Nelson picking up, I believe, her 3rd foul.
So Hamilton going on the line for the Ellsworth Eagles with 6:25 remaining.
Taking advantage of the foul right now, and
Hamilton's having quite a tournament for a sophomore.
She's doing very well. Good technique on that follow through. Good ball rotation. Nothing but net.
And it's a 4-point lead now for Houlton with 6:24 remaining in the ball game. 43-39.
Look at that pressure on the guards out there. They have to bring Nelson up to help break it.
Sullivan has it now on the side. Back out to McCarthy. Into Nelson. Looking for someone who wanted to get it over to Donato but thought better of it. Now Donato has it. Into Nelson, goes in the lane, puts it up off the glass.
That's the automatic we were talking about.
It really is. It's almost an automatic 2. Turner in the corner now. Steps in. Back out to Emerson. Davis will try 3. Can't connect. Sisson gets it, but loses it. Hamilton puts it up off the glass.
Comes up big again. In crunch time, she's the player.
Real quick release that time. She just spun around and fired it up. Sullivan down hard, up and in.
Amy Sisson wanting a double dribble call on that. Looked as if may have happened, but she did it so quickly. She got the layup.
Now it's a 6-point lead. 5-11 in the ball game. One of these teams to become the Eastern Maine Class B champion this evening. Inside, knocked away by Nelson. McCarthy has it for Houlton and gives it to Sullivan. McCarthy, Sullivan, and she draws the foul from Hamilton.
Hamilton's going to pick up, they want a timeout here. Down by 6, 4:49 to go. And that's going to be Hamilton's, it looks like her first foul. But again, we're in the bonus situation.
Following this game, we'll have the Class B Boys Championship contest between John Bapst and Rockland, so we hope you'll stay tuned for that on Maine Public Television. And then tomorrow, the C and D finals. Girls D finals at 1:35. Boys follow that. And tomorrow evening, the Class C finals. Skank Callis in the girls contest, and a game between Limestone and Washington Academy in the boys match.
Well, this one's turned into quite a game here, Keith. Looked like Houlton was going to run away with it for a while, and Ellsworth has fought their way right back into it. Down by 6 with 4:49 to go. I think one of the keys coming down the stretch here is going to be in the rebounding department.
Houlton has stretched the lead a couple times, and Ellsworth has come roaring back. At halftime, Houlton was leading 30-17. Ellsworth closed the gap. Houlton's pulled away a little bit now. It's 6, but still a lot of time in anyone's game, and these are 2 really outstanding ball clubs.
Another key point here is, as you mentioned earlier, the bonus situation. Houlton's in the bonus.
Sullivan.
They themselves have only committed 2 team fouls.
4:45, and Davis with it for the Eagles. Remember, they can hit the threes. They can bring it back in a hurry. That one missing by Hamilton. It's tied up between Donato and Jill Emerson. And Houlton will play it in.
If you remember back to last year's Ellsworth team, they played that Loyola Marymount style of basketball where they shot dozens and dozens of threes in every game. So a lot of these kids that played last year are used to doing that. As we see Emerson take the ball inside. And she's going to go on the line for 2. So this team is used to shooting those threes. We see Emerson get the quick steal there, goes up strong, and Donato gets her from behind. Her team's 3rd foul, her first personal.
They seem to have about 4 people who shoot the threes. I mean, Emerson and Turner and Davis and even Hamilton put up a 3 moments ago.
Sisson can shoot them as well. So
the whole team is able to shoot 3-pointers. Sisson on the bench right now, taking a breather to get ready for the final few minutes.
They're going to need to take advantage of any opportunity they get against this Houlton team, though, and it's going to come down to making some of those foul shots.
4:24 remaining in the ball game. 6-point lead for the Shires. Donato has it.
Smart decision by Donato that time.
Spencer was guarded down under the basket pretty closely by Naylor. She was open for a moment. Nelson jump shot side of the foul line. Good. Unbelievable.
Try to stop her inside, and she just steps out, takes a 15-footer. I would think she'll probably make a few people's all-tourney team.
I would think so. Probably the player of the tournament, or certainly one of 2 or 3 anyway. The top 5 without any question.
There's Hamilton with a big basket. Spencer, I believe, picking up that foul. Hamilton gets the ball to go in. She's going to be on the line for a possible 3-point play as Sisson gets ready to come back in. Emerson feeds the ball down low to Hamilton. Nice strong move to the basket and gets the roll. Naylor checking back out. Chance to close within 5 again with 3:47 to go.
Hamilton, who's played a real big role for the Eagles throughout the tournament, puts it in. And it is a 5-point lead for Houlton.
Full court pressure now.
Donato giving it into McCarthy. Stolen back by Emerson. See what happens here. Will they go for 3 or wait a while? Sisson tries 3. Emerson puts it up and draws the foul.
They got the offensive board. If you're going to throw up the threes, you better hope you've got somebody in there that can do the job on the boards, and that's what's happening right now.
The defending.
It rolls off the front, and Jill Emerson, with good inside position, goes up. And she's fouled by Sullivan. Sullivan's 3rd foul, team's 5th.
Emerson on the foul line.
4-point game.
Emerson will be back again next year. 5'9". Junior guard.
Brings him within 3. This has turned into a great game.
Donato into Nelson. Got to break the press here. Ellsworth really coming on strong. Sullivan.
See, Houlton's having to pull Nelson up against this pressure. And it's taking her out of that low post.
Knocked away out of bounds by Kathy Davis. And Houlton will play it in. As Lisa Richards inbounds it.
Well, I thought about it, but.
McCarthy, 3:22, double team. Donato starts to go inside, looking cross court. Sullivan, McCarthy, Donato. 3-point lead for the Shire Giants. They're going to work it around. Probably try to go into Nelson as soon as they can.
Quite a battle going on inside. They're trying to really keep that ball away from Nelson. You know that she's a go-to player.
Hamilton and Sisson are really playing tough defense on Nelson.
Houlton trying to take a little bit of time off the clock. 3-point lead. Passing around. They're not going to force anything. And there's a big turnover.
Bounce pass intended for Spencer is thrown away. So a key turnover there. And the Eagles come back trailing by 3 with 2:40 remaining in the ball game. Emerson in the corner to Davis. Looking inside, and Hamilton falls down, loses the handle, and Houlton picks it up right away.
Tough break that time for Ellsworth. Couldn't exactly see what.
McCarthy to Nelson. Donato. Back out to McCarthy. They'll pull it back out.
Look at the guard pressure out front.
Houlton looking only for the high percentage shot right now. Donato inside Nelson. She's in there to put it off the glass.
That's a pretty high percentage shot.
That's fairly high. Especially when it's Nelson. It's fairly high when she's 10 feet away. Emerson. Turner back to Emerson. The Houlton lead now is 5. Hamilton puts up a long one. Nelson comes away with it. 140. Houlton in the driver's seat right now. Ellsworth may have to foul to get it back. Sullivan racing down. Spencer was under the basket, but she elected not to go to her. Now Nelson is fouled, putting it up, and she'll go on the line.
It's a good foul, actually, by Amy Sisson. You see her, she goes up and slaps her hand afterwards. No harm meant in that, but a smart foul in the sense that they can't allow Nelson just to score uncontested. So they're going to try to make her earn her points from the line right here. That's number 4 on Sisson. She earns the first one.
52-46. 125, 126 remaining. Coach Donato on the Houlton bench.
She earns them both.
So it's a long way up the hill for Ellsworth, but they've got 1:20 to go.
They need to get some shots off fairly quickly now. There's Emerson, a good shooter.
Hamilton goes for the 3. Is over. And McCarthy picks it up and is fouled right away by Turner.
It's going to put McCarthy on the line. As we said, it may come down to foul shots. If you're going to throw up those 3s, you're hoping you've got somebody on the other end that can rebound the miss. And unfortunately for Ellsworth, that's not been the case, as Houlton's really started to do the job again on the boards.
They really have. The defending Eastern Maine champion Ellsworth Eagles have 1 minute and 8 seconds to climb back. They're down by 7. They may commit a lot of fouls here to get the ball back without.
Down by 7 right now, and Houlton goes to the foul line. And characteristic of most Houlton teams, in crunch time, they usually go to the line and get the job done. This Houlton team has done a great job tonight, and I stress the word team because it's been different players at different times of the game. Nelson, we knew she was going to get her points, works very hard for them, but other players have been stepping up and doing the job, both inside and outside, with Donato and Spencer. Look at the timeout situation. Houlton's got 3 timeouts left. Ellsworth with just 1. 1:08 to go in the game.
Getting me impressed with the Houlton bench and also the balance in scoring this evening. This time it's Erica McCarthy going on the line. .46. Shiretowners will lose 3 of their starting 5, but they've got a lot of people coming back. They always have got a lot of people coming back, so they always are right in the thick of it. Lost some of the lights on one end of the court here. Hamilton, long shot up off the rim, rebound comes down to
Spencer
Spencer.
with a big board. Again, Houlton's coming up at crunch time, doing the things they need to do, showing why they're here so often. It's the little things, and it's the fundamentals of rebounding and then making the foul shots on the other end.
Spencer will go on the line. A little darker at one end of the court. Some lights out overhead.
Would you say that Houlton's been shooting the lights out?
Shooting the lights out. Lighting up the board and shooting the lights out.
Attention, please. The Bangor Fire Department has asked us to make an announcement. There's a water main broken on Buck Street, major water flowage. Everybody that's leaving the auditorium tonight is going to ask to avoid the Buck Street area and that exit. Not for Buck Street. Thank you.
Coming up after this game, we've got a contest between John Babst and Rockland. And so we hope you'll stick around for a lot of exciting basketball action this evening and tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Champions will be crowned in C and D. And tonight belongs to the B clubs.
And right now it belongs to the Houlton Shiretowners, proving why they're so tough year in and year out. Ellsworth had a good strategy. Had a very good strategy, but Houlton answered the call. They were going to allow. We have a problem right now with, I believe we may be trying to get the lights back on this end of the court. Seems like one bank of lights has gone out. And rather than continuing, they're going to get the coaches together right now over at the scorer's table, and they may say with 55 seconds, they may be saying, let's just get this going. You can see that far end of the court, a little bit darker. You can notice right down in that corner. And they're just going to play it. 55 seconds to go. You don't want your kids sitting at this point in the game.
Right. And it looks, I mean, maybe from a player standpoint it isn't, but it looks light enough to play out there.
Oh, it's definitely light enough. You know, it's a little bit of a contrast, but Houlton goes to the line here.
Spencer now can move it up to 10, and she doesn't do it. Rebound to Ellsworth, but not much time. 52 seconds. They trail by 9. Emerson, long three-point attempt. Rebound kicked out, knocked out by Spencer. So Ellsworth will get another shot at it.
Ellsworth bringing in the subs now as they hard-fought battle. Great effort by the Ellsworth Eagles.
That's quite a gesture by the Ellsworth coach, letting everybody get a chance to get some tournament experience with 45 seconds remaining.
Naylor puts a shot up. Again, this Ellsworth team, expect them to see them back here. The only graduating starter, although she will be missed very much, is Amy Sisson. So a young, talented Ellsworth team that could very well find themselves right back here next year.
Nelson went back on her leg when she tied the ball up, and she looked like she was in some pain, but I guess
that pain kind of goes away when you look up at the scoreboard.
But her foot was bent under her there, and she
yes, it was. She's a
she hopped
competitor.
up and hurried.
And the Houlton kids coming out now, getting their round of applause from the fans. One by one, they're coming out. There's Spencer, who really stepped up and did a nice job for them. She was a key on the boards.
We'll be getting a big plaque here in a few
And there's Liz
minutes.
Nelson. The Ellsworth fans, players, going over to congratulate.
And we've still got 28 seconds to go in this ball game.
Well, they realize Liz Nelson's as we've talked about, she's a very competitive, great all-round player. But it was a total team effort today by Houlton.
Tina McAfee, 32, takes a long one. Rebound coming down for a shot that's up.
See if we can't pick up some of those players for you. Lisa Palmer is in the game for Ellsworth.
Nicole Sheddick, number 32. Going to Lisa Billings back in. Here we go.
That may have been Spring Shea. In any case, it's the Houlton Shiretowners, Eastern Maine Class B champions.
Final score 57-46. And the award ceremony coming right up. Jubilation on the floor.
a great effort on both teams' parts. It looked like Houlton was going to pull right away from this, and Ellsworth came right back to make a game of it in this second half. The Houlton strength came through, though, at crunch time, at the end of the game. They did the rebounding and the foul shooting they needed to pull off this win.
We'll have the award ceremony coming right up, and it'll be followed by the boys' Class B final between John Babst and Rockland.
They're taking down the nets.
Jill Donato on one end of the court, and Sullivan.
And down on this end, we have Liz Nelson going up, ripping off the net.
Liz Nelson and Spencer on the other end. Andrea Spencer. The Houlton Shiretowners have been here many, many, many times before. Ellsworth was the winner last year. Houlton won it in '91. They won the Eastern Maine Championship in '90, '88, back in '86, '85, '84, back to '83. They just have won it time and time again through the years. Pretty incredible girls basketball tradition going back to the early '80s.
It definitely is, you know, and it seems like they're here year after year, as you say, but a lot of credit has to be given to that community. They obviously support it with a summer basketball program, and as we said, these kids growing up, they expect to see the Houlton Shiretowners there, and it's something for them, the young players, to aspire to.
Now we'll go over and take in the award ceremony.
With the assistance of the Eastern Maine Committee members, Representatives Ed Hackett from Maine Central Institute and Ron Gleason, Belfast Area High School. I'd like to commend coaches and teams for your quality of play, your aggressive play, and your enthusiasm for the game and respect that you show for each other. It causes you both to be winners. Your school and communities have every reason to be proud. You even brought the bats out of the belfry, caused the lights to go out. What much better game could you have than that? First, I call up the manager, Ben Hodge.